Will Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz's Canadian Open withdrawals impact the world number one battle? The North American hardcourt swing kicks off with the Canadian Open this week, but tennis fans will notice two major absences: world number one Jannik Sinner and world number two Carlos Alcaraz. The duo, fresh off their epic Wimbledon final clash, have both withdrawn from the Toronto event, raising questions about how their absence might affect the race for the top ATP ranking. Where things stand, Carlos Alcaraz enjoyed a strong spring and early summer, narrowing the gap to Sinner, who couldn't earn points for 3 months earlier in the year due to suspension. However, Sinner's recent Wimbledon title has now widened the gap again. By claiming 2,000 points at Wimbledon, Sinner surged to 12,030 ATP ranking points. In contrast, Alcaraz, who entered the final as the defending champion, earned 1,300 points as runner-up, leading to a net drop of 700 points. He currently sits at 8,600 points, comfortably ahead of number 3 Alexander Zverev, but trailing Sinner by 3,430 points. Impact of the Canadian Open withdrawal for Alcaraz: there's a silver lining to skipping Toronto. His ranking won't suffer. He also missed the tournament last year due to the short turnaround after the Olympics, so he had no points to defend. Sinner's situation is slightly different. After missing the 2024 Olympics due to illness, he returned to play the Canadian Open, held in Montreal last year, where he reached the quarterfinals and earned 200 points. His 2025 withdrawal means he'll lose those points, dropping to 11,830 in the rankings, still 3,230 ahead of Alcaraz. The bigger picture: year-end number one race. While the Canadian Open withdrawals won't dramatically shift the current rankings, they could have a significant impact on the race for the coveted year-end number one spot. Despite missing 4 Masters 1000 events due to his doping ban, Sinner is just 1,540 points behind Alcaraz in the 2025 ATP race to Turin, which tracks only the points earned this calendar year. And historically, the post-Wimbledon period has been much stronger for Sinner than for Alcaraz. In 2024, Sinner dominated the second half of the season, winning the Cincinnati Open, US Open, Shanghai Masters, and ATP Finals. Alcaraz, on the other hand, had mixed results. He won the China Open against Sinner in a thriller, but exited early in Cincinnati and New York and didn't progress past the group stage at the ATP Finals. This year, Alcaraz has fewer points to defend, which could work in his favor, but only if he regains top form during the upcoming hardcourt season. Sinner, meanwhile, has proven he can thrive in this stretch of the calendar. Conclusion: despite both stars withdrawing from the Canadian Open, Sinner remains firmly in control of the number one spot for now. With Alcaraz unable to close the gap this week, the momentum might be shifting in Sinner's favor as he eyes the year-end number one ranking.